Hello everyone, welcome back to my Jay Bird. And this is game 44, Battle of the Boxes. This is my 16 game series here. No errors, no assistance, no memorizations, no help of any kind to beat these bots. And I'm in black, and I had to go heavy with my opening, but still hold back. Right? However, to bot 1300 in white. And we could just show you just how serious. Now, Jay Bird was a 1300, and this is something like the way I beat Jay Bird too. And I remember he used to say how, oh, I should have pushed this pawn up, and then I wouldn't have gotten here like this and that. And this is the perfect game when you have a program sustained in a position where you got it in a holding place, and it don't seem to make any right. Well, it's just not making any moves to help its continuation. So let's get on to this one here. And we go e4, d6, h5. And see, I had problems with this opening. The 1800 does this too, or the 1600, or the 1700. These. So I had a hard time. But it fits in proper for this, remembering 1976 and the 1977. And it's by still using openings that I've created back then and just didn't know how serious they really were. But I knew they were great, but just didn't. It just all fell apart because nobody was playing chess back then, basically. Okay, after h5, d7, c4, e6, and I see these guys playing one blind blitz games too. After e6, d4, a6, e2, h6, my typical J-Bird pawn push opening. I have to go to a stronghold. This pawn, this structure's minimum 2,800, 29, 3,000, 31, 32. Okay, 100. All right, let's go on. With perfect play, obviously. After h6, f3, I go into the Donna's Bird. See, this is called the Donna's Bird. Don't matter which side the bishop or the queen's on, it's here. This is the Donna's Bird right here. And this is, well, I started beating Jay Bird with this opening. And it didn't matter how I moved my pieces. If it was the two bishops up here, the Jay Bird, which didn't have a name, I named them this year. So I have to bring it all back and then show you. And this is what it was in 1977. I'm playing games and beat Jay Bird, and he was 1300. So basically, this is me, and this is Jay Bird over here in his opening. After e7, castle, c6, d2, a7. Left me go into my knight's corner table. After a7, e5, I get to pass d5, d3, I castle, rook, bishop, castle, this is called. a4, g5, and obviously you push your pieces up this way. h3, g7, h1, f8, and I do remember always put the king in the corner, and even back then Jay Bird said it was always a good move, and they still say it to this day. After f8, c3, see, and look, he's in the knight's bird too. Look at that. Huh. I think these programs been mimicking me. But like I saw on the YouTube channel, that the programs record all their stuff and they put it in their own database. Okay, after c3, f5. Now, look at all the pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces on this square. Whew. Battle of the boxes right here. Okay, look at this. I had the 1900 sustained like this. Didn't take it and let me pass. And this will cost you the game right here. After f5, c1, h5, and he should have took care of something over here and didn't. He's just moving his pieces and he's not getting, there's no real attack here planned. There's none. After h5, g1, g4, now he pinned his queen, e3, h6, e1, takes e3, takes e3, h4, and I really do believe one time there was games like that. He ain't even got me like this already, where he just took over the total of the whole game, and I remember him saying, "Well, that's the way it is," and I ended up doing that to him too, already, with similar openings like this one back then. After h4, a1, f7, f3, takes f3, takes f3, g7, a5, takes g1, takes g1, h3, f4, h6, and I couldn't relax. But look, my pieces still stayed here. I didn't try to be too forceful. I left the opening still set over here like this. I just took the battle to him with these pawns over here and just did the job. We'll quick go back over there. So after h6, f2, g4, a4, g8, c4, takes f2, takes f2, h4, e3, takes a4, takes a4, g2, takes d5, check f2, d2, takes h2, takes e6. Yeah, I see that. Looks like he's getting away, but I can make it. He's not too far. After e6 takes g2, a1, c6, h1, h2, c3, e3, d5, takes a5, b4, takes e2, takes a5, d2, b4, d3. I get my pieces back. It's no problem when you can see that you're getting your pieces back, and he's got to make too many moves. You're going to beat him to the chase, the punch, or whatever you want to call it. And like this, in this particular situation, you just chase him down. You don't have to go down here until you really have to. See, now that pawn wasn't there. Look, you'd be stuck in a mate here maybe, but you're controlling his king. No worries when you control the king. After d3, e7, check, b5, a3, d3, a2, b3, a1, check, d1, takes d1, takes d1, check again, b2. I decide to come back. I'm getting another queen, and I protect the spot. What's he going to do? After h5, d6, takes d6, takes d6, king air. Everything stopped right here. After d7, c3, takes d6, b4, takes e7, c4, h1, b3, f3, b4, b1, c4, b5, d4, e4, c3, d3, and that's game. Let's quick go back. And there was games like that where I beat the Jaybird, once I had them pawn structure opening. And I knew how to move the pieces around. We discussed it, and I started doing it. But it was short-lived because I didn't get a chance to do more and learn more, know more, to do this, what I'm doing right now, and how strong it really was. And there's the Donna's bird. And everything falls in place. Real simple here. And this square is multiplied 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So it didn't take. The program didn't take. And you just keep pushing your pieces up. He's trapping his queen right now. And he just moves his pieces back and forth. You don't know what to do. There's actually games like that. It happened that way. And now I just want to trade the pieces. And he was like that too. He knew you had to trade the pieces down. And the game went on like this. And like I say, I knew I was going to get my pieces back. There's nothing he can do. And I wasn't worried about that. If I had to, I could walk over here. There was no problem. I had to take one more step. But look, the king's out in the open. No worries. But it's possible. You got to watch. I played stupidly already and lost like that because I was one move away and I messed up more than once. But it was better games though too. Not a 1,300 bot, but. And it goes on. You just play your game. And there you have it. Thanks for stopping by, and we're going to have some more Battle of the Boxes.